Peace, y'all. Before we start this episode of Real Notes, I wanted to let you know that my first book ever, Real Notes Culture Writing on the Margins of Music and Movies, is out right the fuck now. That shit feels so crazy to say. About 2-ish years ago, my good homie Austin Williams approached me about writing a primer on the worlds of digital journalism, criticism, and how they interact for his journalism students, and naturally, I jumped at the opportunity. This book is part autobiography, part journalism textbook, and part essay collection spotlighting some of my earlier work, particularly from my old stomping grounds over at djbooth.net. This industry has always been unstable, but with layoffs and general consolidations happening at publications all over, this book feels more pertinent now than it did while I was writing it. And while it may be for students, anyone who's a fan of writing, music, film, and this podcast, of course, will appreciate it. The book is only available digitally through the Kindle app and through the Amazon link below. So go to Amazon, search for Real Notes Culture Writing on the Margins of Music and Movies, and just add that shit to your collection, man. No, you don't need to have a Kindle in order to read the book. Either download the Kindle app or you can access it through the Amazon one-click link. So many people have been asking me, like, you don't need to own a Kindle. I promise I wouldn't do that to y'all. Just, like, grab the book if you can, if you're able. Good looks if you can. I really appreciate your support and consideration. It means the world. Now let's get back to talking. What's good, y'all? My name is Dylan Green, and this is Real Notes, a space dedicated to blurring the cultural and artistic lines between rap and film. I'm here to chop it up with everyone from rappers and producers to journalists and video directors about their relationship to movies and how, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is New Jersey rapper, poet, producer, and singer MoRuf. We spoke about Top Boy, I May Destroy You, Higher Learning, the filmography of Spike Lee, going from battle rapping and poetry to pursuing music full-time, why he waited a decade to fully commit to making music his career, the power of community building, and the creative process behind his latest project, Tiny Mike Raps Volume 1. Come fuck with us. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. It's warm out. It's officially spring. Spring took a little while to get here, and I don't know, like, niggas had snow in fucking New England like 3 days ago. So I don't know what anything is anymore. We're out here. Dylan Green, CineMasai, got a lot of names, do a lot of shit outside, inside, all sides. I'm with somebody else who's also all over the place. He be jet setting like crazy. I have no idea how he goes between the East and West Coast as often as he does. This is our first time talking for real, but like I've been a fan for a while. Just learned recently, fellow Jersey native. That's
Big Jersey.
Fucking crazy to me, you know, like not exactly neighbors, but you know, Irvington to Montclair to Clifton, you know, close enough.
I mean, 15-minute drive.
Yeah. But you know, we got, you know, rapper, singer extraordinaire, fucking, we got MoRuf here. MoRuf's in the building. Finally.
Peace. Yeah, man, it's good to my Jersey brethren. All honesty, the fact that I'm just finding out you're from Jersey, just like I said it earlier, like shit warms my heart, my nigga. All honesty, you feel me? Because you don't really meet, you know, a lot of folks. Not it's a handful, like I said, Topaz, Thelonious.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, peace.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, thank you for being here. And yeah, obviously, shout out to Topaz and Thelo. Topaz has been on here. Thelo hasn't yet. We've been talking about it. Maybe it'll happen at some point. But those are my boys.
Right.
Seen them grow. And yeah, you know, like you've been out here for a good long minute, and it's been incredible to see you. It's been incredible to see you like get to the point where you're at. Like, I remember the first time I heard your verse on the song with Quelle and Sifu. And it just warmed my fucking heart, man. Like,
you know what's crazy? I was listening, not even for conversation sake. I swear to God, bro. I was listening to it last night because I was listening through like my top, you know, listens, and I'm just and that popped up, and I'm just like, we kind of went crazy on this. You know what I'm saying? But nah, yeah. Shout out to Brother Quelle and Brother Pink, man. Those the brothers, man.
Yeah, nah, man. They're like they're legends, and you're a legend, bro. Like it's really been wonderful to like dig through the discog and like go back and listen to all the old shit I missed and just like see what you've built and see you here now.
Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. It's kind of crazy as long as I've been doing it. Kind of the shit feels like it's only begun. Oddly enough, it's
Mhm.
weird, bro. It's fucking weird. But yeah, man.
I get it, man. Yeah, nah, like I think about that sometimes in myself too, because I've been doing this for about a decade, and I
Yeah,
also feel like I'm just getting started. But
it's
like
crazy.
tiny. But before I forget to say it, Tiny Mike Raps Volume 1 out now
Come
everywhere.
on, what you talking
Stream it,
about? Of course.
listen. Come
Do I
on
got the
now,
mic on
like.
me? Do I got the mic on me? Hold on, I might have it. I
Oh
might have
shit!
it. I might have it. I might have it on me. I might.
Wow, is that the one? People can't see it because this isn't video, but like,
Got you. It's cool. It's
damn.
cool. Nah, but I stay with that thing on me. Of course. But yeah. That's the Tiny Mike. Yeah, but Tiny Mike Volume 1 is out right now. Indeed, man. It's been 3 weeks. It'll be a month on Friday. Sheesh, that's a wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, nah. Then I caught you at the perfect time.
yeah.
Um,
Perfect, perfect.
so let me ask you the first question I ask everybody who comes on here, which is what was the last movie or TV show you watched that you had a strong opinion about?
Damn, you talking right now. Um, I don't want to be basic, but fuck it, I'll be basic. I'll say Top Boy.
Cool.
Um, you
How
know what
you
I'm
feel about
saying?
Top Boy?
Yo, like that's the reason why I call niggas bruv. You know what I mean? Like I wish I had a London accent so bad, like badly. It's just something you get me. Like that's natural. I didn't even mean to say you get me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that ass. But Top Boy, just simply spoiler alert. You know how it ended and fucking Sully and what he did to Jamie, then what whoever did to Sully. It had the group chat going crazy. So I think, that was probably one of the last things that kind of had me going nutty in the group chats. Probably, the last season of Top Boy for sure.
So I watched the last season of Top Boy when it came out. I love Top Boy. I thought it was great until the end. Didn't love the ending. Like that last season was kind of rocky for me
It,
personally.
it was a little nutty. It was a little nutty. And, what's Jax? I think that's Shorty name. She's the
She was my
fucking
favorite character, bro.
she was I'm gonna be honest, she was the star. She was actually the star of the last season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think she might have off Sully, but it's just the fact that I'm speculating and their conversation is speculating and their fucking blogs on who killed them. I think that is the true definition of a great, story. Or even I wouldn't say a great ending, but the fact that people are speculating or even angry, I feel like that's a sign of a good fucking narrative to a certain degree. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It could have been better certain parts here and there. I was trying to tell niggas that Jamie's still alive before, because they didn't. I know he shot him, but they didn't say like maybe the nigga on life support. But once I watched,
Yeah.
watched the last season, I was like, yeah, that nigga dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, yeah, because I was so I remember exactly where I was when I saw Sully kill Jamie, and I was just like, because it's crazy because you could argue that like Jamie was the star of the show for like that last season, like right before he
yes,
got off. Like
yes,
he was the one. So I was like surprised, like, really, you're gonna kill Jamie right now?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
like obviously like Deshane and Sully are the two dudes who like they started everything off, and like they were
yeah,
over it.
yeah,
They were over at Summer House in like the first series, and then like Jamie and Jax are like the two young guns
yeah,
coming up. But like
yeah,
I was like legit blown that they decided to kill Jamie so soon. I
yeah.
was like, we're not even gonna let him ride out like the next season. Like
I was
I
I
was a
was
little
hard.
mad about that.
I was heartbroken. But I'm thinking,
Yeah,
was it on something like because the nigga career was low key taking off? I don't know because the nigga, who knows? But
he's been everywhere. You're not wrong. Yeah,
also something I did not like. I'm not gonna hold you. The fact that Sully killed Deshane,
yeah. Yeah.
you didn't have to kill your man's, and it wasn't even an intentional kill. It was like the nigga was running, so he just threw a shot, but it was just like.
Yeah, no, wasn't he like blind shooting like over the wall or something? Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
but it was still goofy. Like, let the nigga fucking go to Russia. You feel
Yeah,
me? It was like, Sully, you're a fucking goofball for that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's
yeah.
your man. But anywho, it should get me in my feelings. But yeah, that was, yeah, man. Top Boy is definitely is one of those ones. And a
Yeah,
reminder why I need to head out overseas. I got to go to London, nevertheless.
yeah. I feel you. Yeah, no, like after watching the whole show, like I've been wanting to go to London for years, but
Yeah,
like you know, just kind of thinking about because like I talked about this with a few people. My homie Kemba, shout out to Kemba, he's also a huge Top Boy fan, and we talked about it like right when the season ended, and like he and I talk about this sometimes, but just the idea that like New York and to an extent Jersey, like there's a lot of apparently there's a lot of similarities between like our area and London, like
I can
just
see that.
just like the tri-state, like in terms of like the fashion, in
Yeah,
terms of like the slang,
yeah,
and of course, and you're like of course, like the diasporic overlap between like the Caribbean and Africa,
yes, yes.
like you know, like that, like it's that's a big part of the reason why I've been wanting to go over there. Also because apparently they call what do they call They call ATMs cash points, and that's cool as shit to me. That's like some video game shit. So like
Cash points.
I just I want to be in the area where somebody's like, I gotta go to the cash point, and I'm gonna laugh, and they're gonna be like,
But you know why else I think I fucked with Top Boy, because I was a little used to watch The Corner and The Wire, and I wasn't like OD fond of The Corner and The Wire. I tried to rewatch The Wire recently, and I guess it was so slow for me personally. I'm just like,
Mhm.
maybe I'll revisit it. But I guess Top Boy, and you mentioned it, had that diaspora. Like these niggas was Jamaican, Nigerian, African, and I felt
Mhm.
connected to it low key. I never moved a drug in my life. You get me? But
Right.
I I I felt very connected to the narratives. Like hearing a mom have a Nigerian accent reminding me of my aunt type
Right.
energies, and also just to see the subcultures um of like the energy in the world out there. It was like so different, but I still felt so fucking connected as well. You know?
Yeah, you know, it was I don't know. You just don't see very many like depiction because like when most people think about London, I feel like I feel like it's taken about like a decade and change for people to like for like Americans specifically to understand that there's like more to the UK than just like white people in like period pieces and shit.
And
Like
crumpets,
people
yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I think people are finally starting to wake up to that, and I think I don't want to say Top Boy is like the reason that is. I mean, for some people it is. Like there are
yeah,
some people who never would have even thought about that until they watched a show like Top Boy. But
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like I think it's like a smaller piece of like a bigger, just like you know, like between like because you know like the second wave of drill came out of the UK, and
Yeah, yeah.
obviously like it goes even further back than
Grime,
that.
I'm
Like
just
and
saying, it's
right,
the grime scene. It's in it, which
yeah,
is basically
jazz and
the
soul and all
you
that
get
shit. Yeah.
me, and even like other shows like the UK humor. This is one other show I just binge watched. I'm so tight that I forgot the name of it, but it was giving me like the black version of Issa Rae. He's basically a writer. It's based in London. He's a writer trying to shoot his fucking script. It's on Paramount. I'm gonna send it to you after, but it's so
Yeah, please.
fucking good, bro. I'm so mad I don't know the name of it right now, but it was so good. It was so good. And it was just like it was like the male version of Insecure. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it was like modern, you know, uh fuck,
Excuse me.
these I got it. It was so good. But moreover, the point I'm trying to make, the stories that they tell and the writers, I really love the viewpoint that London and overseas is giving, for sure, for sure. It's really it's refreshing for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, that and before we move on, you ever watch I May Destroy You, Michaela Cole's show that was on HBO?
Nah, nah, you put me on. Nah, I gotta tap in.
Yeah,
I may
so
destroy you. Okay.
it's so like it's kind of sort of like Insecure, but it's a little more raw and a lot it's more raw and more intense. I don't really
Okay.
it's kind of it's also about
I
like
may destroy
it's
you.
about a woman. She's a writer. She got a
Okay.
you know like she got like a book deal off of being like a Twitter personality, and
Oh,
she gets assaulted in a bathroom, and like that kind
oh
of
wow.
causes
Okay.
her life to unravel. Like it's a lot. Like it's one of those that
Yeah.
has like it's got a premise that's easy to explain, but then you like go watch the whole thing and it just
Yeah.
unravels in this Like it's pretty wild. I liked it a ton. I've actually been meaning to go back and rewatch it recently, but I really loved
Okay, nah,
I
I
love
gotta tap
Michaela
in.
Cole's. Yeah, because she made that show Chewing Gum in the UK. I want to say like 4 or 5 years
Ah,
ago too.
yes, yes. I love her. I love her. I love like her facial structure, and she's funny as you know, she's great. But I gotta tap in. I had to tap in. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Boom. I definitely gotta tap in.
and if you remember the name of the other show, you got to tell me later because I definitely want to.
Bro. Oh,
I'm
honestly,
always looking
low
for
key,
other
I was
shit.
trying to I was just trying to look for it now, but the service is so ass. But I'll send it after the after this.
So yeah, no worries. So now let's go all the way back with you in that case, son. What's the first movie experience you can remember having? It could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, like the first thing that comes to mind for you.
My first movie theater experience that I can remember is Higher Learning.
Yeah, wow. Okay, let's talk
Nigga,
about it.
it was intense because I probably wasn't supposed to see it. I think I was like 8, 9 type shit.
Hmm.
And it was like a small independent movie theater in Irvington. Shout out to my cousin Dara. He brought me my sister to see it, and it was, bro, man. It was I rewatch it often. Because this number one, the how they were able to capture, you know, the culture, you know, just in an amazing light from, you know, Lawrence Fishburne character, Ice Cube character, Omar Epps. It was, bro, and it was intense. Obviously, like the white nigga killed Tyra Banks. It was intense. It was like a race
Yeah.
war. It was so intense, bro. And I did not truly appreciate it until I got older and I actually saw how prevalent and so relevant it is. Being a tall black man in America type shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's so fucking good, bro. It's still so good. Like it's so many I took a sound bite for the album. I threw that shit in it. It's so good. But it was fake traumatizing because it was like, oh shit. Like how he offed himself at the end type
Uh-huh.
type vibe. But just the
Yeah.
narrative and story of like I think what I loved about the movie so much that, you know, everyone had their own little narratives. Like Omar Epps, he had his narrative. He trying to figure out the track shit, thinking he a star. I forgot the white John. She had her own little narratives, trying to find herself, her sexuality, and
Uh-huh.
obviously, what's the white boy? He's that guy.
Michael
Forgot
Rappaport,
his
he's the
name.
worst. I hate him. Yeah,
Uh,
but yeah, it's Michael
yes,
Rappaport.
we all do. Yeah, respectfully. The fact that sidebar, the fact that he directed the Tribe Doc got me hot. But we'll talk about that later.
I
Um,
know.
what
I
the
was just
fuck?
thinking about that last night. Sorry. Anyway.
Like, come. Anywho, and I
Yeah,
watched that
yeah.
often too. But moreover, just even his narrative of like, because it was really as I rewatch it, it's just really a quest of young individuals trying to find themselves and how influence, that left turn can be the turn that can change your life for the best or change your life for the worse. Um, it's such a great film. It's such a great film. Yes, such a great film. One of my
Man.
favorites.
So I haven't so it's been some years since I've seen Higher Learning. So like the two things, I mean, like I also think it's really cool. I love the soundtrack. I just learned
Oh my
recently
gosh, so
that
good.
oh man, because I wrote a thing about Raphael Sadiq last year. I think I reviewed his first solo album. His first song as a solo artist was
Yeah.
on the soundtrack for Higher Learning, which I didn't realize until recently.
No, that's crazy. His first
So like
song?
his first like the first solo song like he made like right, I think it was right before he left Tony. So
Wow, that's important. That's important. That's
yeah,
important.
yeah.
That's important.
So like just for that, the soundtrack goaded that. And I see, I almost wanted to say that was the first movie I ever saw Busta Rhymes in, but it's actually not, because I think I saw him in Halloween Resurrection before I saw Higher Learning for the first time.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and
They
like
killed it.
but
Let's
but I
kill.
mean but I mean like yeah, not he was crazy. Like him, and wasn't Ice Cube in Higher Learning too?
Cube,
Or am I
yeah,
thinking of
Cube
something
was
else?
in it. He fucking killed it. No, Cube
Yeah.
was in it. Cube was in it.
Okay. And then
Nah, Cube was in
the
it.
and like for me, the only thing that kind of gave me pause was like Lawrence Fishburne's Jamaican accent is so bad, bro. It's so bad. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
I guess I've seen the worst because I saw clips of this recent Marley movie.
Okay,
So
yeah, I get
I've
it.
seen
Yeah,
worse recently. I've seen worse recently, but I definitely feel you. I definitely feel it was a little trash. It was a little trash. It was a little trash. But shout out to John Singleton, and
yeah,
even
legend.
like I recently I recently rewatched Poetic Justice. Me and wifey, what was that on my birthday or Valentine's Day? We went to go see it outdoors or some shit. But anywho, it was I'm not gonna hold you. I wasn't the biggest fan of it until I saw it again recently, and also the reason why I love Spike, their ability to capture the culture and put it on the big screen is phenomenal. And I think
Hmm.
that's why people love Issa so much, is because like her ability to capture the culture and put it on the big screen. We don't have a lot of that shit, bro. Like think about it. How many
No,
fucking
we don't.
higher learnings do we have right now, bro? How many poetic justice? Shout out to Cal Matic for the remakes. I appreciate that, and everyone else, you know. But it's just like we don't have like. That's why I really cherish this. It's like, damn, like a black director who was able to really capture the culture wholeheartedly, bro. You know what I mean? That should give me my feelings right now. They like, he did it so well. Even with Baby Boy, say what you want,
Yeah,
but he captured it so. And it's a, you say what you want about Tyrese. What more do you want from me? But it's a fucking cult classic, bro. It's a cult
yeah, bro.
classic.
Easy. Yeah, nah. It's like I've been thinking about that over the last like year and a half. Like to me, Baby Boy was always kind of overhated. I've always loved Baby Boy. I think it's great. It's not a perfect movie, but like it like it does what it needs to do. And like I just
Exactly.
like I don't know, man. Singleton got it. Like Singleton and like he's like neither Singleton nor Spike has a perfect track record when it comes to all of their movies. Like Spike made a whole decade of trash. Like from the
Yeah.
whatever came right after
Girl
Inside Man
Six.
up. Yeah, now Girl Six, but see, Girl Six is not a good movie, but I love watching Girl Six. Like it's not a good
Me
movie,
too.
but I will watch it if it comes on. Like
It's like Belly. It's like Belly for me. Like I put on
yeah,
Belly on
yeah,
mute,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
respectfully, at the studio. Belly's on mute. You know what I mean? But I feel like recently Spike he made up with the Five Bloods.
Definitely,
He
I agree. I fuck with
he
that a
killed
lot.
he killed that. He killed that. Even how like they had Chad character coming back and him passing, it was, you know what I mean. But like you're definitely right. Them niggas don't have the most perfect track record. You know what I mean? But what Legends does, you get me?
But yeah, yeah, no, like, but like to your point, like they did get the culture. They like, like they put it up, they put it up on the screen in a way that like everyone's really trying to get at, like to this day. And I'm really happy that you kind of put Issa Rae in that lineage because I think she's like, like people like I stopped watching Insecure maybe around season 3, but I think like give it like another 5-ish
Yeah.
years and people are gonna start going back and being like like Insecure was an important thing. It kind of brought people together and showed it kind of like I kind of feel like
Mm-hmm.
she's carrying the torch for like the black millennials right now in terms of like what their experience is, even if like I kind of stopped watching and stopped caring after a while. Like she's definitely a figure that we need to like, you can't count her out. And you're like, I think that she exists within that same lineage as people like Spike and John. So definitely.
Nope, nope, no question. And even to that point, and I might be gassing it, but shit. I put Quinta right
Oh,
under
easy.
Issa right now because my G, what the fuck she's doing with Abbott? My guy, I can watch that with wifey. I can watch that with my niggas. I can watch that with my mother. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's just like, and it's even her capturing the culture in it. You know what I'm saying? Like Jack Fox in it.
right.
The ball from Everybody Hate Chris. It's just like the guest, the
Yeah,
staples. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what I realized when I do go back to the films that I love. The common denominator was their ability to capture the times. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I think she is doing an immaculate job at it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Quincy as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, nah, definitely. Like between like Quinta and Issa, like they exist within the lineage of people, like Dream Hampton and Gina Prince Bythewood and
Uh-huh.
all these other like wonderful Black women who've like made all these incredible films and documentaries and all this writing. I don't know,
Exactly.
man. Like I could sit here and rattle off names all day, but just to like, like like
Likewise.
I
Likewise.
see I I see that through line between, just like authentic capturings of either like the culture or just like the times or
Yeah.
like the way we
Yeah.
like Michaela Cole, she's in there too. So, like I think it's really
Exactly.
important to
Yes.
note that there's like, yeah, like they're all a part of a lineage. And I'm happy that we're kind of like bridging those nodes or like making those bridges right now. um but
Likewise. And special
so
special time for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, son. So like as you get older and you start having more life experiences and you start to, and, like obviously like you're basking in culture more as you get older. Like was there a movie that kind of what was the first capital M movie you saw? Like something that stopped you in your tracks and really like spoke to you in like an emotional or artistic or spiritual way, like something that was like more than just 90 minutes of entertainment.
Damn. I'm trying to think outside of my goats. Um, Jeez. If
You could
I
keep it
say
in your
two.
ghosts if you it's up to you. Yeah.
I'm gonna say two. The first one was In Too Deep.
Okay. Good
Uh,
choice, man. Wow.
Omar, and the reason and the reason why I say that is because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the fucking culture, and I'm a huge fan. With that being said, I'm a huge fan of LL, and I'm gonna be honest. I really think niggas slept on his performance in that film, like my
Hmm.
G. And I'm from Jersey. We're from Jersey, but like I think I know the individual are that he actually was playing. Like it's lightly based upon the true story. And
Oh,
like
word.
I've seen the nigga that he played type shit. So it's just like I felt connected to it. And even like, just the fact that his character would have played a villain, but he still had the heart and even to like open up his heart to Omar. Um, uh, or even to do the Turkey Day shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
Yep, yep, yep.
he killed that nigga and threw him in the dumpster and put the pool stick in his butt. Pause. It was just the dynamic of a human of like you could be like the most loving individual, and that same loving individual could be a villain. And I saw that movie also at a young age, and I probably wasn't supposed to see it,
Right.
but I'll say I'll say Into Deep, and the second one that I saw a little older and plays a huge role of me falling in love with jazz. Well, all his movies with Mo Better Blues.
Yeah, cool.
Um,
Underrated Spike
yeah, Mo
movie,
Better
man.
because yeah, I thought I was bleak at one season of my life, and I'm happy that I realized I am not. Uh,
Yeah,
but
nah. You don't want
amid,
to be bleak. Anybody listening, you don't want to be bleak.
nah, you don't want to be bleak. You know what I'm saying? But he was torn, and it was the conflicts of a
Yeah.
man. And but it was an amazing movie, and it's something in which I go back to heavily, to this day. And it's my mood board.
Man. Right. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like between the outfits and the music and just like all the performances are crazy. Like that's to me, to me, I think that and Do the Right Thing are the two best looking Spike Lee movies. Like the cinematography and like the color
Yes.
and like and you like and like the color grading, like like the suits. Like I love the way Mo Better Blues looks. It's so funny. I just had somebody else. I had my homie Shamar on here maybe like a month-ish ago, and we talked about Mo Better Blues. He's younger than us, and he just saw it for the first time. So like we spent like a good 20 minutes
Okay.
just talking about like how he felt about the ending, and just like like obviously like Bleak, like Bleak gets humbled because his lips get fucked up, and then he can't play the trumpet no more, and then like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me like one of my
Yeah.
favorite parts of the movie is how like the ending parallels the beginning, where like his dad makes him practice instead of going outside, and then he looks at his son and he's like, you know what, nah, fuck it, go outside, like go like the horn will be here when you want to
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
It's like it's like him having to be like, I don't need to live vicariously through my son like that. Like if he wants to do it, he can do it, but like
Mhm.
just like him making that choice to live his life and like hopefully be a better person. Like 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 I was saying earlier, like you don't want to be Bleak, but like Bleak is such a compelling character because of like because of like how magnetic his personality is, and just like he's Denzel. Like Denzel always does
Mhm.
that. But, like, like he's so compelling
Yeah.
because of that arc. Like he grows kind of. Like
Mhm. 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 Nah,
it's just
exactly.
dope.
Nah,
Yeah. I see. I haven't watched Mo Better Blues in probably like 5 or 6 years. So I think like in the next 2 days, I'm gonna need to run
bro.
it back. It's been time, son. It's been
I'm
time.
not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I recently watched it. I probably recently rewatched it. Probably November. And my nigga, it's still so fucking good. Like you said, visually, it's amazing, and also it's star fucking studied. You get me?
Yeah, bro.
Like one of my personal goats, Wesley. He's one of my
Mm-hmm.
personal goats. You know what I'm saying? And he bodied that character. Like whoever did the wardrobe, god damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's like my fault. What you about to say?
No, no, no. You're good. Keep on.
And as I get older, I realize the conflict of it. And Bleak was on his discipline shit, and I feel like he almost allowed his wants, to like ruin his life. And
Right.
it's deep. It's deep. It's deep, bro. It's deep. It's deep as fuck.
Yeah, and there's like this has nothing to do with Bleak, but there's I mean like we all know Spike's known for the dolly shot, like that's his like iconic thing.
Come
Like I
on.
think it's funny because I think Mo Better Blues has my favorite Spike Lee dolly shot in it ever. It's the one right after Spike gets the shit beat out of him, and he's got like I mean like his hand gets fucked up and he's got like the brace
Yep.
on it or
Yep.
like the
Yep.
claw or whatever, and like it's just like a close up
Yep.
on him on the dolly, and it's just like him like his hands in front of, I don't know, like there's something about like the way that shot was composed. Like I think about that shot all the time. Like it's just so ill. I don't
Bro,
know, why, but
it's it's so important. I say my favorite Spike Dolly shot movies would be that I know exactly what you're talking about because Spike had the brown jacket, the top hat with the fucked up
mm-hmm.
hair. That one,
And the
girl
shades,
six
yeah.
dolly shot, the girl six dolly shot. Um, when Shorty, I guess she was going through it and it was the lighting was red and green. That shit was crazy. And I think in
Right.
Brooklyn there were there was a dolly shot, but I'm not sure if it was a dolly shot because like they actually like elevated. So it was like it started off dolly, but it kind of went up. But yeah, man. See, that's like Spike is like even with that, that's the thing. Like I take I take from even Spike having a dolly shot and a good majority of his movies, and I try to even implement stylistically, even within my music. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
just like he has like a signature residue, if that makes any sense. And it's just he's
Totally.
him.
Yeah.
He's him, bro. He's him. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
nah, like yeah, like before we move on to the music, like I talk about this all the time, like especially recently, but like I can't tell you like once again, Spike's not perfect, but like that front half of his career, Like everything from like School Days up until Bamboozled is just like insane. Like those movies are just like even Girl Six to an extent, even though like it's not like the best movie he's ever made, but like he's just to me I've been thinking about it. If I had to pick my three favorites of his, I would say Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, and Bamboozled. Like Bamboozled fucking changed my life. Like that movie shook me to my fucking core when I first saw it, you know? And that's one that I
I
think
think
more people need to watch.
I have to rewatch Bamboozle. I'm not gonna hold you. I haven't probably seen Bamboozle in like 10 plus years. I have to rewatch
Yeah.
Bamboozle. But here's a sleeper Spike flick. She Hate Me.
I was so I put She Hate Me in the same box that I put Girl Six in. It's not a good movie, but I love to
Yeah,
watch it. Yeah.
yeah,
Like
likewise. And
that
Q-Tip,
movie's a riot,
Q-Tip
son.
killed it. Q-Tip,
Yeah,
yeah, Q-Tip killed it. Q-Tip killed it.
bro.
I think that was the era when he was tapping into his acting. What's the Q-Tip movie of which he pushed that girl on the train tracks? Fuck.
Prison Song.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
Prison
that was
Song.
that era. That was that era. Tip was
Yeah.
high. Tip was high,
Yeah,
man.
nah, man.
It's
He
a it's a few
he's a
rappers
good
I
actor.
wish kept going. Like Tip was great, Buster was great. It was a few niggas who were great, but it was a few niggas who I'm happy they stopped too. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, it's funny you bring up Prison Song because I for the for the season premiere of the pod, I had my homegirl Miss Boogie on, and we talked about Prison Song. So that movie's still fresh in my head.
oh wow,
I hadn't seen it for a minute, and yeah, that
yeah,
was like, I mean, like Tip was excellent in it. The whole cast is really good. Like I think the thing that always gets me about Prison Song is that it's like really stagey. I forgot that it's basically a musical, and like you could tell that like
low
they really
key.
structured they structured it like it was a play. Yo, my fault. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to shout out the all new Real Notes Patreon page real quick. If you're looking for ways to connect and directly support the podcast, the Real Notes Patreon is the best way to do so. For as little as $5 a month, you can gain early day before access to every forthcoming episode of Real Notes, as well as an invite to the Real Notes Discord server, where you can talk to others about the latest and greatest in movies and music, come through for some listening sessions, and talk about whatever else is on your mind. I know I'm gonna be talking a bunch. If you feel like coming up off a little bit more, you could get cool exclusive content like audio from Real Notes Live and Real Talk interviews. Those will be exclusive to patrons and ticket holders moving forward. Access to retro versions of my 60-second Minute Maid movie reviews, and even a monthly writing and podcasting workshop hosted by me. Regular episodes will still be available on a weekly basis anywhere you get your podcasts, but if you want the extras, you gotta come out them pockets a bit. Check us out at patreon.com/realnotes. That's REELNOTES. I appreciate your consideration and support more than you know. Now let's get back to talking. So the rhythm felt kind of weird sometimes, and like the way that like the lines were read
Yeah,
felt kind of weird sometimes. It was like a little stilted, like in the way that like all plays and musicals are, but the performances are all
yeah.
so good, and the story's so like it's that shit fuck like watching Tip get shot in the prison cage like at the end, and then
Bro,
like to
I
see
was
the
just about to
people at the
say
art
the
exhibit.
ending.
Mm.
The ending is some bullshit. Like talking
Yeah.
about it gets me hot. You get me? Like,
Yeah, man.
let's stop talking about it because I'm mad. Like, what? Like, but also that's the thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I love a good film. It's like back to Top Boy. It might not have been the end of niggas is like, but I rather it evoked emotion. Years
Yeah.
later, I'm still tight about it. You know what I'm saying? Getting killed
Yeah.
connected. Like, why, nigga? You know what I'm saying? But it's just like that's to me, that is as I'm getting older, that's when I'm realizing, like, my nigga, that's art. That is art when you
Yeah.
disagree with the shit. You might not agree with the shit. Why did the writer, whatever? That's art to me. You know what I'm saying? Well, everything's art, but that's the art that I
Right.
really do appreciate as I mature. and get older that something that evokes emotion. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, not yeah, because like yeah, like I'm pretty much the same way. Like I would much rather really love some shit or really hate some shit as opposed to being like, it's whatever. Because like
Yeah, that was a good.
yeah, like even if you don't love it, like at least it like got a reaction out of you, and you can at least like articulate why you don't like it. Like that's cool, like that's at least like constructive. But like if it's just something that's like, that was all right, like I won't remember this in 12 hours. Like, what are we doing here?
Exactly. Quick, just a quick sidebar. Um,
Yeah.
I watched this movie on the plane on the way to Jersey, starring Nicolas Cage. Have you seen Dream Scenario yet?
Oh yeah. No, I saw Dream Scenario when it came out last year. How'd you like it?
Bro, see, that's another movie like talking about evoking emotion. I was on my toes because you remember when he like he went to like link up with the young John,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
thought she
that
was
shit.
going to out him. I I thought she was going to out him for the remainder of the movie, but like she was just that moment. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like certain aspects of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and even how it ended. Like, and it was so much truth within it. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like
Yeah.
even like the best movie, but it's an
Right.
A24 movie, and I like just about everything they dropped. But
Right.
it was just something I don't know. It was yo man, and I more so I never seen Nicolas Cage on that type of time. So
Yeah.
it was dope. It was dope.
They let him, yeah, no, they let him cut loose. See, like before, before we move on, yeah, because like I saw it last year, and I honestly loved it up until like the last like 30 minutes. Like once the movie explicitly became about him yelling about cancel culture, I was like, okay, like you kind of lost the plot a bit. But like everything up until that was
Agreed.
super dope. Just like the whole idea of like what fame can do to a person, and like like clearly this guy's like he's not a good guy, and like fame just kind of made him like a worse
Yeah,
person. But it was just like real interesting to
yeah,
see, and it's crazy because like I love the end. The ending's one of the saddest things I've seen in a movie in a long time. Like the whole dream thing happens, and then he like shows up in his ex-wife's dream, like in the David Byrne suit, and then he's just like, I wish it was real, and he flies away. Like that shit, like that stabbed me in the heart. Like to me, like if the last like 30 minutes of the film weren't as not great as they were, like that ending, I would have been like, that was one of the cooler things I saw this year. But I think they kind of fumbled
yeah,
a little bit. But
yeah, yeah.
like once again, we
Like,
do this, we do this because we care. Like it's like like they
yeah,
did their thing for the most part. But like because I think the guy who made it, it was like his first writing directing job like ever. So like there's some kinks that need to be ironed out, but I think it was solid. Like
yeah,
I enjoyed watching it, but
yeah. You said that was his first. That was his first film. The guy who did that
um
one.
maybe not the first one ever. Let me check actually. Hang on, because like I know it was like
Yeah,
it might have been his first movie that he directed ever. I don't think it's the first one he made ever, but
and
it
I
was like, hang on, let me see.
yeah, and
Um,
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Bravo to that guy because even the idea and the dynamic of having a script like, yo, let's make a movie where the motherfucker everybody dream. It's just like it was to me it was genius, but I think the genius part about it was how, especially in this day and age, my niggas will love you and hate you like quickly.
yeah,
You know, especially
for sure.
when there is especially when there's no real content in them like you when it's some bullshit. So and also I also think it highlighted how I think we're in an era in which I'm grateful that mental health has become such a big topic, but also um, it's become a crutch to certain niggas too, and people can use
Hmm.
that against people, and like they were using that shit against him. Like I feel no. Yeah, like and he became a fucking monster. He lost his job. He couldn't eat at a restaurant, and it was so many nooks and crannies to that film that I did like. I didn't like you said, like the the last part of the movie when he was in Paris and shit like that. It was just like a little, all
Mm.
right, my nigga.
Yeah, no, it was like they you know they had to iron some kinks out, but otherwise, like I said, like a solid. It wasn't. I checked. It wasn't his first movie ever. It was like the second one, but it was
Okay,
like the first like big one he did. But either way,
okay.
like I can't. Part of me kind of wants to watch it again, and I think I'll do that at some point. But
Nah,
but yeah,
you definitely
let's go to
should,
the
bro.
music. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna run it back at some point. But let's go to the music with you. Like, when did music become capital M music for you in your life? Like, when did it go from being like a
You said when
passive
did
thing
music
to
what?
like,
I'm sorry.
oh yeah, my fault. When did music become capital M music for you? Like, when did it go from being like a passive thing in the background to just like, or was it ever a passive thing in the background for you?
Yeah, I feel like as far as my love or me actually doing it.
Your love. We'll get to we'll get to you making it in a bit,
Um,
but like, when did it? What? Yeah.
I feel like, uh, I feel like, mm, shit, man. That's a great question. I'm trying to see. I would say around middle school because music has always been a part of my life. From being Nigerian American, both of my parents immigrants.
Right.
Bumping the Sunny Odd Days and the church music. Then, I'm the youngest of four, and I have three older sisters. So I grew up hearing the SWVs, the R&B, the
Right.
Zionese, and the gospel vibes and shit like that. But I think when I was able to like buy my first bootleg CD, um, and that was like the mixtape era shit. And I remember that's when I realized like I really love this shit because I wouldn't buy lunch. I would save my lunch money and probably, buy a bag of chips on lunch and I'll use that
Right.
$5 to buy like two CDs from downtown North or from the barbershop type shit. And,
Yeah.
that's when I realized I really love this shit. So whether it was like the Funk Flex freestyles, the DJ Clues, the Big Mics, or the Blueprint Twos, or the fucking instrumental beat tapes. Um, and I think that's when I really was like falling in love with hip hop. But I think I fell in love with music low key. My sister had this Anitta best of CD, and bro, like I would fall asleep to it every night. And I think I was probably like 11, 12, and I was just like, and I started writing poetry and raps a little bit, but I was like, how can I make my music feel like this, my nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to this day, Anita Baker's still my muse. My wife knows this. She gets it. But you know, but to this day, like just she's fucking amazing, So I think around, my early teens, around from like I say 11 to like that 11 to 15 era, middle school to high school, that's when I really understood like um I'm good off copping a PS2, nigga. I'm listening to this music, I really became like my homies realized yeah, moves the music nigga type shit. So
Felt.
yeah, early teens, that's when I really understood like I'm falling in love with this shit.
That's so real. And you know why that's so real? Like the shit about you like saving lunch money to go buy CDs. Because I used to do the same to go to the
Hmm.
movies. Like I would get lunch money and then I would use
Come
whatever I had left
on,
over to go
come
catch movies at the
on.
end of the week. Yeah. So I no, I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah,
But also like obviously like I was like really into music too. And I would buy
yeah,
CDs
yeah,
whenever I got the chance, and and then of course like LimeWire and stuff happened, so I started downloading off iTunes like crazy. But either way, like that's like that's yeah, no, because I was reading about you growing up with older sisters and kind of like embracing yourself,
yeah,
kind of like immersing yourself in like their music and then kind of finding your own.
yeah,
And like
yeah.
and like jumping from there, so like like you become like Moo becomes the music nigga, like moving from there. When like
Facts.
when did when did you know music was going to become more than just a hobby for you and something that you were going to like pursue and turn into a life pursuit type shit?
Damn, my nigga, a life pursuit. If you want me to keep it a being with you,
Sure, bro. That's what we're
um,
here for.
like like I'm gonna keep it. So it was something in which I loved for years, right? So
Yeah.
let's say high school, I came up on some battle rap and shit. First and foremost, I started writing poetry. Middle school, I wrote a poem about 9/11. My teacher pulled me aside and was like, "Wow, MoRuf, this is really good." And I was just like, "Oh shit," especially growing up in the inner city. I didn't make the basketball team, my nigga. I'm still nice, but I was just like, "Okay, this is something that I'm good at." So I stayed at it. Then I say high school, I got into my battle rapping shit heavy, bro. Smack
Yeah.
DVDs, like I'm talking about guns and killing niggas that I never touched. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think um freshman year of college, that's the first time I recorded at an official studio. And I want to give a shout out to my brother DJ Dozen. Um, the nigga was like, come to the studio, and for like 2 years. Here's his pay for my studio time. Myself, my brother EJ, and Mills. And that's when I fell in love with making music. Like, oh shit, what's reverb? Oh shit, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, a drop on a beat. And that's when I first fell in love with the act of actually making music over just rapping on the street corner type shit. And
Right.
I became addicted to it. So, but even doing that, so then I dropped my first project, Ready to Live in College. Great.
Yep.
I dropped my second project, Shades of More in College. Great. I do a little tour. But even then, my nigga, I graduate. I'm still working a 9 to 5. So it was still a passion, but I was still a part-time rapping ass nigga, bro. So, and if I'm being honest with you, Dylan, I didn't really take it as a true pursuit until 3 years ago when I quit my job. If I'm being
Wow.
honest with you,
Okay.
bro. If I'm being complete, and when I tell people that, they're like, "Fuck out of here, Moo!" Like Shades of Moo, that shit dropped 10 years ago. That's a classic. Ready to Live.
Right.
That's a Yeah, it is. But my nigga, I was not pursuing. I was still a little bitch in sense of I wasn't. I still wasn't giving it my all. Um, and I don't think I started giving it my all. Well, let me give myself more credit.
Yeah,
I was,
please.
yeah. Let me give. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, no, no,
I
no, no.
was
I'm
giving them my.
playing.
All right, I'm listening to myself like, nigga, you wild. Like, I was giving them my all, but it was still something in which I was just like, I'm not sure this is something which I can support myself doing, and it still was like giving hobby vibes because nigga, like, my phone is off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Right.
killing it. You know what I'm saying? But I think, around Shades of Move, the second project, that's when because I thought Ready to Live was going to take me out the hood, right? But it didn't. Then the second project, that's when I was like, okay. Then I think from there, I just took some seriousness, like I could do this for a living, like, and I say that in sense of like how this could, how can this be lucrative? And I didn't start thinking about that till like a few years ago. Um, because I'm so about the art, my nigga. I wasn't thinking about bread and da 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 da. Nigga, I love art. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I love making music. I love listening to music. So I got a little late to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once I got hip, I didn't look back. And I think that's why I'm on the type of time I'm on now because I've learned so much the past 10 years plus. And that's why it feels like it's the beginning because I'm like, oh, nigga, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know if that answered anything, but you get me.
No, no, no. It definitely did, and I appreciate you bringing that up because I mean, like most of us who are here, we're doing this because we love the art and we want to contribute to it in some in like whether it's creating it or talking about it or like contextualizing it or like creating like an archive, whatever, like I think that's important. But at the same time, like we got to live at the end of the day, like money needs to be made, like kids and loved ones and partners need to be fed, like you need to be housed, like all this other shit. So like like it's like not to say that your heart wasn't in it, because clearly it was. Like you've been making music for like over a decade before, like before everything else that's been happening now. But like you're at a
Yeah,
point where you said you literally just quit your job 3 years ago. I didn't even know that. Like that's how it's
yeah,
serious, when it's like, yeah, like this is like I'm a lifer now. Like this is like, it's not just like a thing I want to do that's like
yeah,
fulfilling me creatively. Like you're here, and this is like the thing that's gonna feed you, or like or like you're hoping this is gonna be the
yeah,
thing that feeds you. And like it's like, so it's just like, I'm happy you bring that up in the way you bring it up, because like you've like you've always straddled the line between like different kinds of music, like particularly like R&B and rap. Like like I go back to like
yeah.
Garden State of Mind, when you're like comparing yourself to Chuck English on Daryl Strawberry, and just like balancing between like kicking back and
Sheesh.
maintaining mental and spiritual clarity on Respect 94, or like ending soul hop with like the piano cover of Brandy's I Want to Be Down on Shades of Moo. Like this is always, like
He did his
you've always
research,
been on
man.
this you've always been on this type of time, bro. Like, and I feel like that's been like a recurring theme of your music, is like just like juggling and like reconciling these different aspects of yourself as like a rapper and a singer and a human being. And like now knowing that you kind of, that, like you, that you, that it took you up until 3 years ago to be like, to like, for lack of a better phrase, like fully commit to it. Like, I think that makes it even
Yeah,
stronger and more powerful. So I guess just like, how is
yeah.
this how like how is this manifested, like I guess across project to project, like how is that urgency manifested for you, like from project to project, or I guess from like era to era in your life? I hope that question makes sense.
Wait. All right, wait. Reword it again because I want to. I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Like, wait, say it again.
So like, so I guess just like, how does like like I think like a recurring theme of your music is how you reconcile all these different aspects of yourself, like from song to song. And I
Yeah,
guess just like, how do you
yes.
like I guess how does that how is that manifested to you, or how is that manifested from project to project? Like is that something that you've like consciously thought about while making each of these projects? And were you thinking about it more then and less now, or less then and more now?
Yeah. I think I think about it more now, to be honest,
Okay.
because I think the first project, like I said, first and foremost, my first project was a prelude. So it was me rapping on Brooklyn. It was me rapping on a rah rah beat. It was just like me rapping on a bunch of shit. So my whole point was I just wanted to show niggas how rap. But like we're ready to live. I named it Ready to Live for multiple reasons because um my father passed the year before, and
Right.
I was I was really trying to. I don't know. I was just on a different. I was at the point of my life in which I'm like, oh shit, we all gonna die. that's that's when it hit me.
Right.
So I was. That's when it. That's when it hit me. Like after my father passed, it hit me like, oh shit, son, we all gonna be out of here. I have to create things that outlives me. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck can I do? You know what I'm saying? So I was on that type of time. So I really put all I had into Ready to Live. Like, nigga, broke as fuck. I made that shit on my mother computer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I was taking the train to Brooklyn. My home, you know what I'm saying? But we made that happen. And I was just listening back to it a few days ago. And I'm like, yo, this shit gas. Like, it's still slack. You know what I'm saying? Till this day. Um, and I think it makes sense. And I think even with Days of Move, I think I got to a point of like, I know I can rap. Everybody know I can rap, but how can I make this a good album? Like, I don't want people to look at the cover and be like, oh, this nigga a rapper. Like, I want niggas to look at the cover and be like, is this nigga a singer? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started getting into jazz.
Right.
That's when I met my now wife. You know what I'm saying? So I was good. I
Yeah,
was in
bro.
my relationship. I was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So it was really like a coming of age for me. And I think Ready to Live, that was like my era. You know, that's why I mean Shades of Moon. That's why I call it Shades of Moon. Is really like aspects of me, and that's why I did have songs like Soul Hop, and that's why I actually put the genre under Soul Hop, and that's when I was getting into my vocal shit a little bit. So I'm not sure if I'm answering this fucking question at all, but I think each project, as I look back, I unintentionally manifested certain things. And that's why even the album that will be dropping the end of this year, that's why I was very, very intentional with the energy I put into that, what I
Yep.
was saying, because my nigga, like a lot of the songs that I listened to, like a lot of shit came to pass. So, and just the energy and mindset I'm on right now, I find it to be very important to like obviously show niggas I rap, but like being intentional. And I think as I got older, like I said, Ready to Live, I'm just trying to show niggas I rap. Shades of Moon, I'm trying to show niggas I'm an artist. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think I became even more intentional. And I think with the album that be coming out later this year, titled Melodic, oddly enough, bro, I feel like it's ready to live. Like it's not. It's like it's really. I really feel like I had an ego death,
Yep.
and it's a really. It's a my nigga. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's ready to live 2.0, but it's like a reintroduction of MoRuf. It's
There
fucking
it is.
scary
There it
how
is.
my nigga. It's so fucking scary how aligned this shit is, and that's part of the reason why I'm like I said, not to sound like a broken record, but that's why I'm taking this shit so serious, Dylan, because I really feel like the universe and God was like, I'm gonna give you another go, nigga, because it's a lot of niggas I started with who are burnt the fuck out, or they had their rise in 2013, or it's niggas who just lost the passion. So the
Yeah.
fact, nigga, I'm 13 years in, and I love this shit even more, and I'm getting better. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Like
No,
that's what I'm doing my Instagram.
see,
Yeah,
I'm happy. See, I'm happy you brought that up too, because like we said before, like you were coming up, like you've been at this for a while, and like like anyone who's able to like maintain not just passion, but like a
yeah,
base for a
yeah,
decade, and like like people wanting to hear your stuff still is like like that's an achievement, and like you've gone from stuff like the romantic movement to kind of rubbing shoulders with people like Sifu and Quelle and all these other people we were talking about before. Like you've like I think one of your talents outside of like the fact that you're just like dope as shit at like rapping and making music is like you're really good at community building. And that's something that's going to help you live even more than anything, really. I
damn,
just think it's like I just think that's dope. Like that's not an easy thing to do. And to
yo,
like, you
so
know,
you hit it right on the head, Dylan, and it's crazy. Me, damn, this nigga about to make me cry like this a lifetime special shit. Um, now because my nigga, I've been in LA for 5 months. Yo, Dylan, the shit I was able, and I give all thanks and praise to the Most High, but it's based upon I came to the realization like, oh shit, I am a community builder. Like, you can place me wherever the fuck I'm at, and I'm going to try to build with the people because my first intention when I build with niggas is not let's cook. I'm like, how are you?
yeah, there it is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you been? You know what I mean? And I love people as much as I love art. So, and I realized even when I was cooking with certain homies, Like, yo, Ready to Live, I mean, Change the Mood out. If we being honest, Change the Mood out 2013. I have not dropped a full length project since 2013, bro. And the fact that people still, you know what I mean? I was able to, people still fucking, you know what I mean? Still respect, and I'm still, it's just like, I gotta look back and like, what the fuck was I doing for 10 years? But I think
Right.
it was in terms of like just growing as a man and, uh, as a, becoming a father, becoming a husband. Like I said, just, figuring shit out, but it just, this shit is nutty, bro. But I'm just grateful, super grateful, and super excited, like, even to be in LA, just to, niggas just had a release event, just did a performance with Leaving Records, building other shit, some jazz playing. It just, bro, I don't know. I'm just grateful, my nigga.
Yeah, I get it. Like it's like like anybody should be so like I said before, anybody should be so lucky to like still be like sought after like 10 years. And
Yeah.
like you figured it out, and you're here, and you took your time, and you're here, and people still want to hear it. And like I'm happy you brought up everything with your wife before, because one of my favorite songs on Tiny Mike Raps Volume 1 is I Think I Love Her.
Uh,
Just like
with Dylan, my fault. Hold on. I literally bumped into somebody. Hold on. My fault.
I,
Sis, what's
yeah, yeah,
going
you good.
on? How you doing? Good to see you, yeah? Love. My fault. Random as fuck.
Nah, nah, bro. You see, nah, this is that's the community building shit we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Uh, but yeah, nah. So like, I Think I Love Her is one of my favorite songs on this project, and like, like that's clearly about like like you and wifey linking up for one of the first times, and like you realizing like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, and the thing that gets me about it, like, yeah, the thing that gets me about it is that at the very end, you're talking about riding back home on the Long Island Railroad. And as somebody, as somebody who's been doing this for the last 10 years, I'm literally talking to you from my partner's apartment on Long Island right now. Like we've been
Nigga, what
together,
the fuck is going on? That is mad random, bro.
son,
That is
son.
so I know that shit hit your spirit when I said that LIRR there. That bar had to
Yo, they better name a wing of Ronkonkoma train station after me, bro. That's how often I'm out here. Like,
like nigga
like,
likewise, bro. I'm saying I'm a nigga from Jersey, so I remember the first time I went to Long Island and she checking, you know what I mean? So the LIRR, seeing them, the white drunk niggas at like 11 p.m.
oh,
When they used to, you know what I'm talking about? When they used to have a pizza spot at Penn Station before they redid it, like,
exactly. Yeah, you see me. You get it. You get it. You get it.
yeah, nah, man, 1 million, 1 million%, my brother, like for sure. It's kind of crazy, and it's like I said, it's really based on a true story. Like I remember when we linked up, I was open as fuck. You know what I mean? And Jody, you listen to the song, like Jody, she knew what she wanted, and we caught a crazy vibe, and I'm happy that she would definitely appreciate that, and even I feel like I guess I'm especially now I'm at the point within my artistry because I'm aware of how skilled I am and how skilled I want to become, but I'm seeing the importance of conviction and truth within your
Yeah.
art.
Right.
And being a former battle rapper, like I said, skill, so important. But some of the illest rappers, speakers, pastors, that level of conviction, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas might not
Yeah.
even be that talented, bro. But it's just like, I believe you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Uh-huh.
I'm understanding how important it is to tell our stories through the music. And even as I'm falling in love with the art more, and I've been writing scripts now, because I'm kind of understanding, like, nigga, you are a writer. Like, I think I love it could be a short film if I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
really
bro.
feel like it's just about speaking your truth over, like, yo, this metaphor gotta be great. You know,
Yeah.
that's gonna come
Yeah, yeah,
natural
yeah.
because it's in my blood. I can't help it but to overthink bars because I love rap, but
Yeah, of course.
you know what I mean? So it's just the fact that I spoke my truth, but it was something that you could connect with as well, or any man who, or any woman, or any person, any human who has feelings, or had feelings, or had, you know, how many niggas been open over a shorty, or shorty open over a nigga? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I think something which I'm learning with an art, and the reason why we love Spike, the reason why we love John, their ability to connect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that's us when we look at the screen. Right? So I guess, you know, how can I tell my truth at the same time connect with niggas? I'm like, oh shit, that's me. Or when you finish listening to the MoRuf project, you feel like, oh shit, I know this nigga. You
Yeah.
know, rather than like it sounded like the same nigga that sound like that nigga. Because
Right, right, right.
it's a bunch of them niggas. You know what I mean? But I'm chatting, but you get the vibe.
Yeah, no, like I think all that's extremely important because like and you know like that's one of the things that draws me so much to Tiny Mike Raps Volume 1, like just this whole, you know, there's so much. I mean, like there's always been so much of you in your music, but here you're doing it in a way where it feels like, you know, like this kind of feels like all these songs feel like little vignettes or like exercises where you're kind of like you know, like you're like trying out you know, like you're like trying out different flows, different like tones of voice, like going in over different types of beats, you know, like there's gonna be like one song, like, you know, like stuff like Say Less and Kerry James Marshall are completely different from songs like Alakazam or I Think I Love Her or like
Mm-hmm.
Moodboard, you know, like all of that stuff. Like you know, you'll have like jarring shit where you're like practically like holding people's collars and like yelling in their face to you just kind of like being on your smooth shit, you know, like there's
Yeah.
there's just like so much like there's so much variety on this project, and this thing's not even this thing's barely 15 minutes long, you
Oh, it's
know.
12 minutes. 12 minutes.
Yeah, right. You
Yeah,
know, so
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
like your writing has always been super thoughtful and intentional, and just like, you know, like you wanting to put yourself on record, but like, you know, like the thing that I really enjoy about Tiny Mic Raps is how varied it is and how you're kind of trying to push yourself. And then on top of that, you also said that like your next project feels like it's a reintroduction. This is like the prelude to that, because this does, you know, like you're at a different point in your career now where people know who you are, but you're reintroducing yourself as like, you know, like you thought you knew me before. This is me now, you know, like as, you know, like as a man, as a husband, as a father, as someone,
Exactly.
as someone who likes rap, you know,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
you know, like I can't think of a single battle rapper within the last 10 years who's made a project as good as this. Let me put it that way. You know?
Wow. I had to quote that. I might have Dilla, you talking crazy right now, but yes. I might have to quote that, don't get angry, but fucking thank you, bro.
Nah, man.
Thank you,
I
bro.
say I say that because the stereotype about battle rappers is that they can't put projects together, and you can put a
Yeah.
project together. So like,
I appreciate that. And I think it's just it's levels of taste, and also, you know, I think, and like you said, it's just like a reintroduction. I got to a point, like I think when I had my ego death around 2017, first time I experienced like depression the first time. And it's because I was holding on to like the old version of myself. And I kind of realized like you gotta let that shit go. Um, I think even Tiny Mike Rap said the album next, I'm more so like the niggas who rocking with me, I love y'all and I appreciate you. But I was so worried about, yo, what the niggas who fucking ready to live and chase the moon thing. I'm at this point now of like perspective wise, I'm thinking about the people who don't know what the fuck a MoRuf is.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And because
yeah,
my perspective has finally changed. I was so worried about, I was thinking small minded. I was thinking like a basement, you know, low five, Jersey, local legend nigga. And that was cool. That was super cute. But I saw how far that shit got me. And I think once I expanded my perspective, I'm gonna still be who I am, but I've grown since then. And
Right.
now it's just like I have to ask myself, move. What do you want, nigga? Do you want accolades? Do you want comments? You want likes? And I'm like, I really want to make a living off of this art shit. So my perspective had to change. So I think now it's just more so when someone listens to Ready to Live, I mean, when someone listens to Tiny Mike raps, I want them to feel like every project is basically an introduction,
Right.
rather than, oh, this is Shades of Move 2.0, you know, because
Yeah.
I realize every project with MoRuf is always going to be MoRuf, regardless. If I'm doing some Alex Advance, I think I love her. The DNA is always there. So it's just like, just give them the MoRuf of now. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
tight. Like I think like I think it takes a lot of growth and self-confidence to get to the point where, like not so much that you don't care about what people think, but that you want, like you just want yourself to be as like you want whatever version of you that you put out to be understood. And
Yes.
that's and like that's like I think that's a perfectly valid and like a very human thing to want, is like
Yeah.
we all want to be like we all want to be understood, we all want to be
Yeah.
appreciated, we all want to be
Liked
seen, liked,
too.
exactly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
even if people don't want to be liked, everybody wants to be seen,
For
like
sure.
even if you don't like somebody, like at least you understand where they're coming from, like most people can
Acknowledge.
live with that.
Nah. I feel you. I
Exactly.
agree. I
Most
agree.
people can live with that at least. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you being so honest and just wanting to like, just like have people take you, to like bring people along on this journey, and,
Yeah. Yeah.
like treat every project as like a, like as its own standalone statement, because, like and it's just funny that this is, yeah, because like my last question I had written down was like, what more can we expect from like like is Tiny Mike Raps going to be a series, or is this just a thing
Yes.
where it's just like, okay, yeah.
Nah, my nigga. Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
volume. We didn't put that volume on just so because it sounded cute. It's really like, you know, how can we? It's funny. I started using a tiny mic during quarantine and was doing freestyles in my attic. That shout out to my brother Jesse Brookins, who's like executive producer of Tiny Mike Raps in the album. And just a good friend of mine, and a music collaborator. He was just like, how can you elevate this, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, and nigga, we shot 8 videos. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So it's just like these are one verse in and outs. These are vignettes, audio vignettes. But rather than just be freestyling in my attic in Long Island, nah, nigga, elevate it. How can I elevate? And that's where I'm at. It's like, how can you remain who you are, right? But how can you elevate it? Type shit. And
yeah.
so that's what we did. So it's like we hitting them with this. This is the first installment of Tiny Mike Raps. Then we're gonna hit you with the album. Uh, Tiny Mike Raps Volume 2 will be will drop when it drop, but I'm not gonna hold you. I'm excited to. I think I'm at this point of this. I'm excited to because I haven't dropped the project this Tiny Mike's in years, bro. So I'm just at
Right.
a point of I'm excited to share again. Number one, I'm excited to be consistent. Number two,
Yep.
and I'm just excited to like, yeah, just put. I'm really standing on my shit, bro. Like, this ain't no like, oh, I gotta go to work. Nah, nigga, this is work.
Yeah, this is work.
Nigga,
Exactly.
this is work, and also just my purpose is different. And I think I give that some shout out to wifey, and shout out to my daughter Nova. Just kind of when I got to a point of like, I could let myself down. That's which is a bummer, but you know, you got people depending on you. And
Right.
it's not even like, yo, I gotta go crazy so I can get chicken. Great. No. I just want Nova to be able to see like, yo, look at daddy in his bag
Yeah.
type
Like,
shit. It's not even like, yeah, we gotta pay bills. Nigga, we all gotta pay bills. I'm not talking
yeah.
about bread. I just want my daughter to see like, yo, my father is in his fucking bag. Or even I'm doing this for my daughter. I'm doing this for my mother who had shitty jobs coming up, but she elevated amongst the years. And it's like my mom ain't fucking struggle and wash floors when she got to the country, so I could like be a pussy ass nigga. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
That's
respectfully,
real.
my fault. I could have said it a little more intelligently, but I'm gonna keep it a
That's
being
fine,
with you.
bro.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it a being with you. Like my ancestors and my parents, them niggas ain't struggle. They struggle so you could take risks. They struggle so I could drink. So
Yeah.
I think it's not. I think the personal growth, the fatherhood, like, having conversations with my mom as I'm a parent now, just perspectives of relationships with homies growing, relationships with homies breaking off. And I think
Yeah.
personal growth, not to even sound corny, has plays a huge, I think once I made myself a priority, not MoRuf the rapper, but just like I did Dio, I deal with me. You know what I'm saying? Like Dio, that's where my sisters and my family from me. Once I made myself a priority, I think, and it took a while, my nigga. It took years. Like, we
Yeah.
talking about projects that dropped 10 years ago, bro.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
I feel like I'm finally starting to see shit make sense, and I'm just like, oh, say no more. The foot is staying on these niggas' neck, feeling.
And
Like,
that's I love to hear it, bro. Like that's and
yeah.
like yeah, like you wanna and like and I'm happy you brought that up about your daughter, because it really just is about like like seeing you see her seeing you in your bag means that like, oh, like daddy can do that, I can do anything. Like just like that like you want to instill that confidence in your kids and make sure that they can go even further than you did. I'm not a parent. I've like like I'm not a parent, but that's something that everybody should want, is to like or not yeah no, like that's aspirational to me, to like to be someone that people can look to as like a blueprint to take themselves even further. Like we should all be so lucky to be that for even one person, whoever
Hmm.
it may be. Like that's such a gift to like be. So like that's such a responsibility and a privilege to be someone's guide through anything. Like that's such a privilege and an honor.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't take that shit lightly. You clearly don't take that shit lightly. Like I'm about to go speak to fucking like UNC kids like on Zoom in 2 hours. Like I don't take that shit lightly.
At all,
Like so
at all.
I get it. Like I get it to the extent that it can be got. But like, man, wow, I feel like we could go for another 2 hours,
Nah,
bro. This is this this
I
is
ain't even going. Nah, it's great dialogue. But the last thing I do want to say, I think, is the sense of like, and I want to commend my father and my mom. And I told her when I was quitting my job, when I was having a conversation with her, right?
yeah,
I was like, Mom, like, like, you took a risk. And she was like, what you talking about? I was like, Mom, you remember in the '70s when Daddy was like, yo, let's pull up to America. I heard that shit jumping. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, my mom was
yeah,
living a very comfortable life in Nigeria, bro. But she took that risk for the sake of us. And
yeah,
her taking that risk allowed myself, my three other sisters, college graduates, we're all
yeah,
in the field working with them people. But that would not have happened if she took that risk.
right,
And I feel like me, me looking at what she did, it's inspiring me. And it's just like, I want, it took a while for me to like, but I finally got it. And I know my daughter Nova, my nigga, she's gonna be her because from she doesn't have to question like anything. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's just like she's saying like, yo, daddy taking over, you know what I mean? And it's just if I sum up this whole conversation, bro, it's power in getting out your fucking comfort zone. And I think that's what it comes down to. I was thinking about a good friend of mine, Sister Solana. I remember years ago at her crib before she dropped any project, she was like, yo, move. I'm trying to tap in. I'm trying to really do this music shit. And I was like, go crazy. And I remember she used to this is the era when I was like doing shows and Newark with my uh homies from horror. Shout out to my bro OGM and Edie.
yeah.
But
Shout out to Horror, Jersey's
yeah,
finest.
those my brothers. But more than anything, we kind of had North Jersey on lock, right? And I remember she used to come to the shows, da da da. But one thing I respect about Solana, and this, I'm about to connect everything.
Yep.
The fact that she said, "Fuck it," she quit her gig, everything, bro. And she just went all out. And even though I was, kind of killing in the hood, I still was like playing it safe, bro. And my whole point is just like the importance of just falling 100% in some shit. That should have changed your life, bro. Like I tripped into
Yeah.
NFTs. That shit is real, by the way, because I quit my job and everything just started flowing. But my whole point is just like it's just power and getting out your own way, your
Yeah.
comfort zone. So that's about it.
Yeah, nah, that's big facts, and yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy you brought up SZA the way you did because a lot of people don't know she's from Maplewood, like she's from
She,
our area,
yep,
like that
yep.
that that's like like I saw her. I mean, I didn't get to see the show, but I was in the area when she played MSG for the SOS tour, and like to see
Crazy,
her name up there, like like
crazy.
my mom used to stay in South Orange, so like there was like a period of 2 years where I spent a lot of time in Maplewood, so like. I know where she's from, and
Yeah,
like seeing her on the marquee, I was like, damn, like,
bro.
like, and you're like, it's like you said, like, better than anybody. Like she took that risk and now look where she is, like she's an icon now.
She's
Like,
her. She's her. She's him.
exactly.
She's they. She's all them shits, bro. But it's just
Absolutely,
power.
son.
It's power in that shit. And I was at the show. I was at the MSG show and I was at the Perfect. The North show. And the beat in our hood for SOS tour, and to really see that, it's just like, yeah, I'm so proud of my nigga. Like anytime I see her, she's just over the crib before she left for tour, and it's just like I'm proud of that nigga, and I'm proud beyond Solana, all of my homies,
Right,
every one of my homies who put themselves out there. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
It's a success, my nigga. You betting on yourself, it's scary as fuck, but you can either bet on yourself or regret it. So
right.
yeah,
Who's gonna,
you know what I mean?
yeah, who's gonna look out for you if not you?
Come
At the end of
on,
the day,
bro. Come on,
like
like
that's it, bro.
yeah,
And
yeah, man.
Moo, to wrap this up formally,
Yeah.
um, I'm really interested to hear your answer to this question. If your life was a movie, what would it be about?
If my life was a movie, what would it be about? Damn, I don't want to give away the script. Fuck. Um, if my life was a movie, it'd be about like a man who it'd be about like this is a complex nutty question and the answer,
Let's go.
but it's not even that nutty, I'm gassing. But it'll be about like hmm, it'd be about like a man who was consistent. He was a digger. He was always looking for like diamond stones and niggas call him crazy. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Years pass, niggas still digging. What the fuck are you doing? Hair's getting gray.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck are you doing? One day he's digging. He feels something. He hears that shit, and he looks at himself. Tear drop, and that nigga say, "I knew I wasn't fucking crazy." Type shit, and everybody is on dick now. I'm not saying that's my life at all, and I don't want, but because everyone, I've always seen love, which I'm grateful for. But my whole point is just like the man or woman who knew within themselves, I know it's something down there. These type shit. Niggas might not see it, but I believe it. And I probably named the movie like No Biggie, Have Faith type shit. You know what I mean? Type shit.
You know what's crazy? You just did a first on this pod. You named your movie. Nobody's ever named their movie on here before. So that, you just
I
set a
changed the game a
standard.
little bit.
A little bit, bro. A little bit. But
You know what I mean? But
I mean I love that answer. I love that I love that you're at a point where you're feeling your most confident and that you decided to bet on yourself and that
yeah,
we all get to benefit
yeah.
from you betting on yourself. And I just want to say something like thank you for coming here to do this. Thank you for wanting to do this. This is a great convo. Like
Nah,
just
amazing, 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 bro.
yo, yeah, like honestly, it's been I'm like so annoyed that we haven't like connected for real before this, but like this was I don't know. I'm just happy that I'm just happy we're at the point. I'm happy you're at the point
Fucking scarf.
where what happened?
My fault. I told this lady I love her scarf. That's what's fire. I'm walking.
Oh
I'm in Soho.
nah, you're good. But yeah, no, I'm just happy. I'm just happy you're at the point where you're ready to, like really go in and like tell people what's really good with
Yeah.
MoRuf. Like, like just like congratulations and like just like thanks for taking the time, man. This is so dope.
Thank you, and I just want to applaud you real quick before we get off, man. Dylan, thank you for just creating the space. You know, being creative enough to put your love for a film, and this is one that this definitely goes in my top 3 favorite interviews recently. Shout out to another blog I did recently, but this is just because I love film as well. So this how you even started it. This was a great convo, and appreciate it, bro. Continue to do what you do, man. But
Yeah,
thank you for
man.
creating a space for sure.
Nah, man, thank you. And yeah, I saw you shouted out my homegirl Nia and Lucky Seven, and
Shout
like
out to
they're
Lucky
amazing.
Seven.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
they're amazing over there. Like I'm a big them up every time. But yeah, nah, like I'm happy to be in that lineage. So just like thank you for it means a lot, man. Thank you. I'm
Perfect
just
timing. It's kind of funny that I realized you from Jersey, I'm from Jersey, and the fact this combo went so smooth, but this is not like first real chat. It's
yeah.
kind of nutty. And I just want to say, your IG names, elite, nigga, elite. You funny as fuck. But I
Thank
just
you.
have to mention that. Thank you.
that means more to me than almost not anything, but like I take those I take those seriously. That's like therapy for me. That's just
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
weekly venting. So thank you. Nah, like that's I'm a keep that on people's heads for sure. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.